Recording is on.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good. Just a bit technical difficulties on streaming. Give me a second.
All good, my man.
We should be live.
All right. How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
You know, another day, man. Day in the life.
Another day, another Luke.
Another day, yeah, exactly. I haven't been a while since I dealt with the imposter thing. Or impersonator thing. Not imposter thing, impersonator. Whatever.
I'm blessed to not have that level of fame.
It's not. It's well, and of course, like the person that got that, like they were hitting up our CFO with this just like psychopathic string of like calls and texts and stuff. And he hits me up. He's like, this doesn't seem like you. As my child would say, this seems very sus. And I said, sus indeed. It is not me. I'll never call you on Telegram. I promise. All right.
Throw him out the airlock.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. All right, everybody. Well, we're 2 minutes in, so might as well kick this off. Yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining the Bat Community Call. Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. Hope you all are doing well and having a good week so far. Yeah, it's been a lively one. It's April Fool's Day, of course, but, you know, that's the way it goes. There goes Marshall. Maybe he's not a fan of April Fool's Day, but whatever. How are you guys doing?
I'm okay, man. I'm big chilling. Happy April Fool's Day.
Happy April Fool's Day, man.
I have an announcement to make. I lost 2 legs and 1 limb.
Oh my goodness.
Does that count as an April Fool's joke, or am I?
Well, you still can high five, I think, if my limb counted.
Yeah.
Hey, Jane.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Awesome.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I just heard you guys talking about that, and I was like, wow, it's April 1st. I did not even realize it was April 1st. I've probably been being pranked all day. I've probably been getting got all day and haven't even noticed because I'm so out to lunch. I didn't even know what day it was. Crazy that it's already April 1st. I mean, gosh.
I know.
Quarter the way through the year. Insane. Yeah, flies.
2025.
Yeah, crazy. Only familiar faces in the room today. Hi, everyone.
Small crowd, but a good crowd.
Yeah, actually, you know, this Monday on our ambassador meeting, we had a big group.
Nice.
I was surprised. Yeah, you know, it ebbs and flows depending on the week and who's available and what people's schedules are like and what the market is like at times. And yeah, it was like a super full house. We had like over 20 people on it this week. I was like, whoa, it was nice.
That's awesome. That's a great turnout.
Yeah, considering that everybody's in very different time zones and it's always difficult to coordinate the whole group. It was a very good turnout.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, who are we waiting for? Is Drew joining? He says he's going to be a little late. Okay, but is Batter in here? Yes, Godson, Guillermo, Paula. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone, community update, April 1st. No pranks in here, though. Sorry about that, because I forgot what day it was. It is, however, this is not a joke. It is Echo Day. Happy Echo Day, everybody. We dropped our 4th issue of Echo NFT magazine. I think everybody here knows what Echo is, but just in case you're watching the live broadcast and you're not on the Brave Talk and you don't know what Echo is an experimental NFT magazine assembled by the BAT community and inspired by a concept by Guillermo, which the community and our ambassadors have helped bring to life over the past 4 issues. And each issue focuses on a different trending tech topic. This quarter's issue is all about creators, in particular digital creators. And you all know that we here at Bat and Brave are big supporters of digital creators. It's a big part of our company ethos. And so what better way to celebrate creators than with one of our issues of Echo. So here's one of the beautiful pieces of artwork on the right that is included in this quarter's magazine, 60 pages long. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna try to turn off the sound because you're distracting me. Hang on a second, guys. I'm just okay. I think that should do it. Oh, no, didn't work. Okay, I'll just try not to get distracted. But anyways, I will let Guillermo talk all about Echo when we get to his slides. I know he wants to give a nice update on it. But all I will say is thank you to Guillermo. Thank you to our ambassadors. Thank you to our community artists who contributed to this latest issue. I know that Keith contributed to it. Moonbeamer contributed to it. And we have a bunch of artists from Drip that contributed to it. We have artists from Doodles that contributed. There were a lot of people who put in for this issue, and it came together really nicely. And anyway, I'm not going to take all the wind out of Guillermo's sails. We'll get to his slides shortly, but just want to let everybody know that is Echo issue number 4 is claimable now. If you go to drip.house, HAUS/Echo, you can subscribe to our channel and claim the NFT there. And if you don't have enough droplets to claim it, droplets, again, are the currency of Drip House. Guillermo will tell you how you can get some droplets so that you can claim the issue for free. Okay, let's move on. This week on X Spaces, our panel topic will be the new age of digital advertising. And our guest panelists will be Pipo, Loafcat, and RecTech. Excited about that. Last week, we had a super fun discussion called, the panel was called What Web 2 Can Learn from Web 3. And we had a bunch of guest panelists, and one of them was actually Chomp, who has featured on this community call before, and also is one of the partners in our new Rewards 3.0 partner program. So it's really awesome to have KZ from Chomp participate on our space and have our worlds collide in that way. Super fun discussion. Sansa, our host, made us all roll with laughter. Recommend checking out that recording if you missed the live event. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, if you're available this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, join us for the new age of digital advertising. Okay, and then just some tweets that I wanted to highlight, some recent tweets from the community that I wanted to run through with you all real quick in case you haven't seen. You know, this happens every so often. Scammer season. The scammers are out and about. Everybody just please be careful. There are people impersonating Brave team members on Telegram, but also on other platforms, primarily Telegram this time though. You know, making unexpected requests, calls, DMs. Basically, if someone who seems to be a Brave team member or even ambassador, community member reaches out to you and is making weird requests, it's most likely a scam. You can always DM us to ask And if you know for a fact something is a scam, please do DM us to report it. But just stay safe out there. Scams are getting better and better. This Telegram one isn't so great, but with AI and all that, scams are getting better and better. So just keep an eye out. Just a reminder. Also, this went live about a week and a half ago now, but I was not on the community call last week, so I wasn't able to update you all. But we have updated all of the copy on the basicattentiontoken.org website homepage. So that is all up to date now to better reflect the Brave Rewards 3.0 rollout, the BAT Roadmap 3.0 narrative. Everything is sort of updated to align with the times a little bit better. So definitely recommend checking that out. It had been a couple of years since we did an update on the BAT site homepage. It needed a little love, and it finally got some. So please go check that out. And lastly, last week, BatEarn and also others in our community, but primarily BatEarn organized a super fun spring festival in the Bat Brigade to celebrate all of us making it to the end of Q1. We had a super fun day of all kinds of games. And we had many ambassadors helping out with the hosting. The entire team was involved. But BatEarn really was the one who got this all going. So I just want to say thank you to BatEarn. And I know he's going to talk a little bit more about the Spring Festival in his slides, so I won't take the wind out of his sails. But I just want to remind everyone here, if you're not in the Bat Brigade Discord, join the Bat Brigade Discord so you don't miss out on fun events like spring festivals. Discord.gg/Bat Brigade. Okay. Thank you. BatEarn, take it away.
Just to correct the record, the original version of that, I went through several iterations of that, and one of them was as a mascot, but then I edited it to be a magical pelican bird instead. So there's not a man in a suit, an actual pelican. Yeah, so for the Bat Spring Festival, it went on from, in my time, till 8 in the morning till 10 at night. We started off with Giagesso with Guilherme, then we had karaoke, then we did a meetup in Decentraland where Kim showed us around a bit. We had a quiz in Discord with the Dave. Jenny did Scribble. We get Jackboxes done by Dragon Dave. I haven't really attended that before, but it was good fun. Then I did poker. Then I did Among Us, and then finally went to Decentraland after party where you could see me and Dragon Dave dancing. I was really, really pleased that he turned up. Seeing a familiar face there. Yeah, it was good. I'm looking forward to doing a one in the summer as well. I was contemplating even doing it on a Saturday so that everyone. I know some people work on Friday, like in jobs where you can't be at a PC. So I thought it'd be more fun to have it where like more people can attend. Anyway, next slide.
Yeah, and I'll just add that for anyone who attended and won any of the games, we do have BAT prizes on the way, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them out already. I'll be getting them out in the week as people reveal their addresses. So this week we actually have a bonus space organised by Moonbeamer which we made this lovely banner for us. We're doing crowdfunding in Web3 and NFTs. It's got. Let me just get that up again, or can you press play again, please? It's got the Bat community, which will be me hosting, Drew, Kabila, which are they're like a NFT funding platform, New, Jack Timothy, and Impact Global. It's a bunch of people from Hedera and Top Flight Fantasy Football. So I'm quite excited about that because we used to have like our own hosted spaces back in the day, and we're just bringing that format back.
What's the date and time of this space? Is it on the?
Oh, it is Friday at.
Yes.
EST.
2:15.
So a bit later after our one. If you check out our Bat Community X account, it's on there, and we'll be promoting it further throughout the week.
Perfect. Hang on.
Ooh. So I know we've all been enjoying the new AI prompt recently, but for me, like the great, it felt like the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. And you can particularly see with this example here, we have my shoddily done Pixart, and then we've got what something was done in a fraction of the time and much higher quality. So, yeah, I think it's completely revolutionized the meme game now. You can just, like as I was saying, it makes the distance between thought and reality a lot shorter. And I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. And Keith's going to enjoy the next slide.
Time for another meme contest, am I right?
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
So yeah, I was having so much fun. I thought I'd show you them all again. So we've got Paola and Keith in the bottom left. Then we've got Keith as a magical girl fighting off Chrome and Firefox. And then we've got in the right-hand corner, we've got the brave lion fighting off Firefox in the style of Berserk, using the basic attention token as a weapon, which I was quite proud of. I think everyone got so stuck up on the Studio Ghibli, they forgot there's like thousands and thousands of other art styles that can be used.
What's that style called that you used there?
That one's in the style of Berserk.
Nice.
I highly recommend that anime or manga. The manga's even better, as the community keeps telling me.
That's awesome.
Hello everyone, I want to start by clarifying something. Mr. Earn told me that in their country, in Great Britain, you end April Fools around midday. And after that, you consider it a fool if you're still making April Fools on that part of the day. But in Portugal, it's called April Fool's Day. So it's not called April Fool's morning, it's not called April Fool's evening, it's called April Fool's Day. So it goes on for the entirety of the day. How is it in your region? Is it the same thing or does it stop after midday?
I think it's the whole day, right? Like, so, you know.
Yeah, it's a full day affair.
We drink coffee here, though. And I think, you know, yeah, the British Empire ended. So have the whole day.
All right, that's, you know, it's much more logical. It's called April Fool's Day. It's not called April Fool's Morning. But,
I
you know, anyways, I wanted to come in here.
April Fool's morning. That's no fun.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, you know, some people wake up a little bit earlier, some people wake up a little bit later, and you know, you'll miss out on part of the fun and later in the jokes because you don't get to see people because it's still a work day, and then you only see it after work. You know, it's gonna ruin the entire flow of the day. But I wanted to come in here and make a few jokes about it not having released Echo, or maybe having released Echo, but you're already in on a secret. It's out. Echo 4 creators, it's out. And like always, we have common, rare, and legendary, and ambassadors get all three. It will be available for 3 days. And like Jenny said priorly, if you want droplets, here are 2 things that you can do. Jenny tomorrow is going to post on the Basic Attention Token account, and it's going to have a post where you can comment your username, and we're going to choose 5 random lucky people and send them 100 droplets each. Or you can go on each droplet right now and comment there, and you will also be entitled, at least 5 random people will be entitled to 100 droplets. I'll make sure to drop the channel once more here on the chat. And if for some reason you're not into Drip or you don't want to be part of Drip and you really want to see the magazine, here's the PDF version of it as well. It's on the chat. And again, it will be available for 2 weeks. And thanks to beautiful Nikki, we'll have it on the 4th on a new tab takeover. It's always a pleasure to have it on Brave's new tab for advertisement, and it's going to go worldwide. It's something that is always exciting to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. So for the giveaways, we're going to do one on X tomorrow, where there will be instructions there for how to enter to win droplets. You can claim not only this issue of Echo, but upcoming issues as well. But like Guillermo was saying, if you also go to our Drip House channel right now, if you find the collectible, which is on the channel, you click in, there is a space where you can comment there, right like on the collectible page. If you leave a comment there, you'll be auto entered into a separate giveaway for droplets. So 2 ways to enter to win droplets on Drip House itself and then on X tomorrow. So yeah, just want to clarify that.
You know what? Let's go crazy. You know, anyone here is cool. So if you really want droplets, send me a message. I'll send you 100, 200. Let's go crazy.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I love
You're
that.
dropping droplets.
I don't want no one to miss on this drop. Nor future ones. Explore, drip, go crazy.
I love it. And should people message you on Twitter, that Guillermo?
Yes. Also going to post it really, really quick, and I'm just making time while I'm trying to find myself. Okay, here you go, the URL, or you can message me on Discord. Same name, Guillermo. Pretty easy to find.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you, Guillermo.
No worries. Next slide is pretty exciting too.
Okay.
Oh, these are the traits actually. I thought it was something else. But these are the traits.
one.
Left to right is common, rare, and legendary. For legendary, I wanted to make it like diamond, platinum, or obsidian. None look good, so I went with an iridescent color kind of thing. It's that cool effect that some cars have that they call pearl white.
I love that one.
And now it's a cool slide.
Very nice.
This is
So-
a slide too.
Yeah, this is the best slide in my opinion, because we can actually tackle some things out of the bat roadmap and actually show, visually what we have been up to. And here's a few lists that we tackle on the top part on Q1, and it is new ways to earn reward for completing on-chain quests. And this is regarding a few ways that we have achieved, like Bandit or Chomp, which you can directly earn bats. Actually, you could for a real small period of time, but in the future, we're going to have to aim it to have more currencies and for infinitely. But right now with Bandit, you can do this. So it's another thing that we could just kick off the bad roadmap. It feels like I'm stalling, so I'm going to move to the rewards overall. It's something that Luke will very likely talk in a few. Introduce new rewards overall with exclusive benefits. We were already able to tackle this one off, since if you go on Brave Nightly, you can already see it. It will be very, very soonish till it gets into the main build, but on Nightly, already available. Integrate Brave ads with the offer wall and local machine learning algorithms to alert users. I've been seeing messages in the background, and I know it's something that's being worked on, and it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't take longer to also achieve on Nightly and then the main build. New
Yeah.
self-custody options. Sorry, go ahead, Jenny.
No, sorry, G. Just to interject real quick, the offer wall is so the latest version is in Nightly, but there is a version that is viewable and explorable in rewards, like in release currently. You can already see some of the offers from our partners in the rewards partner program. If you go into the Explore tab in Brave Rewards and you expand that into the full page view, scroll to the bottom. You'll see some offers from our partners in that offer wall where you can, do quests, complete quests to earn bat, lock your bat in the Guano Bat Cave, participate in quizzes on Chomp, etc. to earn bat, all that stuff. It's already in there on release.
That's amazing, and great work on the teamwork.
Yeah, and there's the single page views in beta too, so that's on its way to release too. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think Christopher was able to get it uplifted, which is cool. I love this the roadmap, like getting the visuals of the completed stuff is awesome. Like let's link out on the homepage for that. That'd be cool.
Usually it takes how long for it to go from beta to main build? Around 2 weeks, 2 months? I know it's not much.
I think it's actually landing pretty soon. Let me pull up GitHub. I can find out.
Awesome. And another thing is new self-custody options, expand self-custody payouts to more blockchains and layer 2 networks. So we already have the BAT payouts directly being received on Solana wallets, and we're also exploring other options to come. I know that I shouldn't say it, but we're working on some things. We have been talking with ambassadors. So if you're part of the BAT ambassador program, you probably already know a few of the ones that we're working on, and maybe Luke can deliver some alpha. I can't.
I also just wanted to add that with this infographic, if you notice, like we some of these areas that Guillermo updated, like we're not checking them off completely, like they're still works in progress. So he put like a little kind of progress bar where the check mark would go. So when we post this on X, we're going to post the full updated version of this on X probably tomorrow, the day after. You'll be able to like zoom in and like really read everything properly. And so you'll be able to see like areas that are like actively being worked on will have like the little progress bar, and then stuff that's like done will have the check mark, and then anything else that hasn't been tackled yet will be just sort of left blank for now. yeah, just want to clarify that.
Yeah,
But
that's great. I completely forgot about it, and to me it was just very clear. But thank you for the addition. So like you can see, a few things that already been tackled and a few things that are being worked on in the background. And this is just going down the roadmap. This is a few other things that you can see. Redesign UX overhaul, showcase beta utility use cases. So this actually will be part of the offer wall. Like Luke said, already in beta, something that you can see both nightly in beta and not in a very long. Also in the main build, you'll be able to see all different projects and shops that are accepting BAT as a form of payment. You can do it a click away. On BAT Ambassador Program, if Mr. Earn wants to jump in and clarify some of these points, he's definitely open to do so. If not, promote multi-chain, BAT adoption, ambassador-led workshops. And I can barely read it because it's getting a little bit unfocused. So I'd really love if Mr. Batter could jump in.
yeah, I think it's
I can't read it either.
it's difficult for us to see the text on the screen, G. But basically,
Oh, that's the Batter. Okay, because I was just reading without really reading. So it's regarding the self-custody and how many people were actually onboarded, and I believe it's right now close. I know it's over hundreds of thousands. I know that Luke probably has the number. How many people were onboarded onto the Solana Brave Awards?
I think it's like 21,000 at this point that have like gone through and fully connected on Solana. And yeah, and I think Christopher's loading a whole new batch of invites too if he hasn't already done it.
That's insane. And over 200 signups were done through ambassadors. So that's really amazing to see. Good chunk.
Because some of our ambassadors have their own we have that block survey form that we've been circulating where people can sign up for early access to self-custody. We made some like region-specific versions of that form for ambassadors, so we're able to track like how many referrals to self-custody they're actually bringing in. And yeah, they've brought in like hundreds of people. So that's been really great, and that's why we feature that there. And then I believe one of those points also covers like content localization and stuff. I can't really read it. Yeah, but our ambassadors, several have helped out with localizing the BAT Roadmap 3.0. Several have contributed to localization on the Brave self-serve ads manager. So there's like a lot of work being done on localization from the ambassador side, and that's why we put the little work in progress button.
However, I would argue that we could also make a check. Otherwise, we'll be indefinitely loading, as this is something that it's constantly being done, and any update that we do on the BAT side of things, it's end up being translated, and investors are always up to game to do it. And how many languages have we actually translated? I know it's a bunch of them. Do we have a number?
Oh yeah, a whole bunch. But I mean, some of the translations for example, the roadmap document were provided by our ambassadors, but some of them were done by our localization
team.
Yeah, like our localization task force. So I don't recall exactly how many, but ambassadors are definitely contributing to that effort. And I think you're right though that it's pretty much an ongoing thing. Like we're always working on, there's always something new to localize and translate. For example, the other week when we did the Rewards 3.0 partner program announcement, and we did like a 10-part thread on X, we had like at least 6 or 7 of our ambassador accounts translate those threads and then publish them from their regional BAT accounts, which was amazing. So this is like something that we're doing on like an ongoing basis.
And we have like Andy working on like different localized languages for like the homepage update and for the program stuff too, like at the time.
Yeah, so the homepage I think is now available. The BAT website homepage is available to view in like 13 languages or something.
Nice.
It's like 12 or 13 languages. And yeah. So that, and then we are actually slowly going to be working with Andy to localize other pages on the BAT site, as well as like other program materials for the BAT Ambassadors program. And so the ambassadors will have a hand in that once that work kicks off in earnest. So yeah, it's like a big undertaking, and it's like Guillermo said, it's ongoing. So we probably could check that off, but since it is still early in the year, we decided to just put a little loading bar there.
I'll be honest, there was language there that I didn't even knew that existed. That's how far the masters are actually going. It's insane.
It does get
Moving-
pretty nuanced, like when you start to get into like dialects and stuff and in different variations.
Exactly, but the end goal is to get it as available as possible, and I think we're doing a wonderful job to achieve so, which is beautiful
Yeah,
to see.
and I think like it's been amazing to. I think Andy joined. What was it like? I think it's Andy, right? Like Andrew, like what, a year?
Yep, Andy.
Over a year ago, right? And the system he's got in place is really solid for localizing stuff. And one of the things he wanted to tackle early on was like there were a bunch of markets that we weren't localized in for like iOS and for some of the other mobile stuff, and like he's done a really great job of localizing these different areas. And every time he does, like we see a huge jump in people getting Brave in those countries. So it's super cool to see. Like total pro, like he really knows what he's doing.
That's
Amen to
amazing
that.
insight. Yeah. Moving down, partnerships. Sorry. Just want to say there were partnerships in Web3 to enhance. It's still on the prior slide, but it's no, I decorated it.
Sorry about
In Web3 brands to enhance community content, and we have Bandit, Wano, Chomp, Karate Comment, just as a few examples. You'll be able to see a lot more in the offer wall.
Yeah, I think like the partner program is going to feed into this bullet quite a bit over the course of the year, in addition to other things that we do beyond the program. But yeah, we thought that, the first cohort of partners to launch in the 3.0 partner program for rewards were good to feature here because they are and or have and or will be creating new secondary utility cases for BAT throughout their duration program. Yeah, throughout the program. So if we haven't seen it yet, we will see it soon, and that's why that progress bar is loading.
Yeah.
Oh.
On Echo side of things, content and collaboration, it's basically really goes around Echo 4. It's one of the goals that we had for this year. It's already achieved, and next we're going to look into strategic partners on Echo to boost partnerships, like things on the offer wall, highlight community creators and members, just like we did on issue 4, which we'll talk about in a few, and be a vehicle for bad adoption and use cases. It's something that we're working very hard in the background, and you potentially will see it very, very soon. Regarding the highlighting of creators in this issue, we're able to highlight Tarnyaka as a writer, Keith as a writer, and Moonbeamer as a beautiful creator as she is, and did the counter cover for the magazine, which in my opinion is the second most important page of the magazine. So these are things that it's still incomplete because I didn't want to close it on Echo 4 because I know there will be much more that is going down the route throughout the year. So you'll be seeing a lot more highlighting these 2 points. And I've been yapping for quite a few now, and it just goes to show how much we actually did in Q1, which I think it's wonderful, especially considering the bad roadmap was done and released on January. So it's a really amazing job by the team, and I'm very happy to see how much we have achieved this far. I'll pass it on to the beautiful photo of Stan, and pass the mic to Godson.
Yeah, bro, that was a lot of yapping. I'm not gonna lie. It took like 20 minutes off the call. Hello, everybody. My name is Godson, and I have your Brave in Africa for the week. So what you're looking at is a beautiful picture of Stan's football club called the 10 Daily, who we sponsored with some fresh jerseys last week. This one was like very, very, quick. We managed to get it done in like the nick of time. So it's very, very exciting, very pretty stuff. There are some more being made because as you can see, some members of the football club there are not wearing the jersey. So that's the pictures on the right. It's just like some more jerseys being made. It should be like complete by the end of this week. Stan says that they are very happy and they're very excited. In fact, on the match that this picture was taken, they beat their opponents 5-0, which if you know anything about soccer, five goals to none is like significant. So shout out to Stan. You can see him there in the blue trousers
Nice.
in the second row.
I'm sorry, can we just take a second to appreciate how cool this actually is? We're the face of a soccer team. How cool is that? That's awesome. That's really
Those
awesome.
are really cool jerseys.
Yeah, I need to throw some bat on there too. On the back.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
bat on the back. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. Maybe actually, yeah, you're right. We did, like I said, it was done in like under a week from like planning to execution. So it was very fast. Maybe we can, update it or something.
No, it's super cool, man.
They look great.
Yeah. Well, you gotta know Brave to get into bat. So
or we could send a soccer ball that has bats on it or something.
That would be really cool. I'm not the
football. Sorry, Euros and
it's soccer. It's okay.
It's football. It's football. You kick it with your feet. It's okay.
Thank you, Godson. Thank you. This is what separates us from animals. Some decency.
Yeah.
Never fails. Bring up soccer, and you always get everybody out of the woodwork on it. It's great.
Yeah, notice how I didn't say soccer a single time. I said football like 4 times. But,
nice.
Like a civilized person, yes.
Yeah, Stan's here too, so I don't know if he wants to say anything.
Yeah, Godson. It really touched my heart, and the players, very happy. As before we came to this meeting, I talked to Godson, and I was still in the jersey because I even hadn't taken shower. It was like 2 hours after the game, and they were so happy, and they played very well. They won 5-0. It was just a good, and they're singing Brave. They're so grateful about it. Yeah.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you.
That's awesome, Stan. And we know that you gave them the full pitch about Brave and bat too, right?
Yeah. Before the game, I talked to them like 10-15 minutes, and I talked about Brave.
Oh, amazing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for this amazing photo. When I asked you to send a team photo, I was not expecting it to be this great. My only concern with this photo is the lack of shin pads on some of these guys. Like, they're brave. They truly are.
Shin pads were invented for white people.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's okay. Well, I value my shins, so I'll keep my shin pads on. But yeah, these guys are truly brave for playing.
This is why the Americans don't take us serious. Like, this is why, because why do you need pads for your shin? That's not manly.
Even palm shin. Are they called something else other than shins in this place, or is it just I don't know, soccer sticks or something? What do you guys call them?
We don't call them anything because we don't have those.
How much soccer have you played, Godson? That's what I want to know. Football. Sorry, football.
Okay. No, thank you, but I guarantee you, before I moved, I was quite the local champion. Don't worry about me. No, like seriously, football is very like big in Africa. Everybody plays. I couldn't think of a more like direct way to get to a community that sponsor like their local club. So shout out to Stan. Everything is nice. I don't know if you guys see my little Ghibli up there. That was made by Baran. So shout out to him. Next slide, please. Right, still on Stan the man. Last week he attended a small event at the Hackquest Buildathon. I almost bit my tongue there. HackQuest Build-a-thon on behalf of Brave. He said this is a smaller event. And that video there was not loading because I didn't give the right access. But Jenny, I swear, if you okay, there we go.
Where do you store the files? At the moment, we are storing them on Firebase, but okay, you can look into like NTFS or Pinata. Yeah, gotcha.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is like a smaller, meetup, just a couple, people in Web3 in Nairobi. So, Stan said he, obviously he was able to present, talk about Brave and BAT, and he signed up almost everybody for the block survey as well. So. We were trying to make something much bigger happen with HackQuest, but unfortunately, talks with their CEO fell through. He just didn't like the time zone we were in or something. But we're still trying to make something happen. Apparently, he's here in Atlanta, so I'm going to go see him at some point and get a handshake going. So yeah. That's me. That's my my slides. Thank you very much.
Hang on a second, frozen. But thank you, Godson. Thank you, Stan, for the awesome work as always. Hang on, let me see if I can get unfrozen.
You need to close some tabs, Jenny.
All right, am I up?
Yes, you will be up in a sec.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting, there we go.
I think what happens is Google Slides seems to freeze on the slides that have like YouTube videos or video clips added. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah. All good. All good.
Okay, I apologize. I won't do that again.
Yeah. The first football match that I went to was a long time ago. It was an Olympics match between Nigeria and Brazil. So I know my football / soccer. It was actually pretty entertaining.
We lost like 4 goals, so we don't talk about that anymore.
But I think I might want some shin guards. I don't think I want to take some cleats to the shin, especially seeing as how hard those guys can kick the ball. But that's just because I'm American and soft. But anyways, my updates this week. A couple of things that happened this week with Guano is 200,000 bats have been locked in the bat caves earning guano. So congrats to the community and everybody that's been loading the cave with bats. So that's 200K bats that have been locked up and earning. And then it launched the coin flip, which is another utility for both Guano, BAT, Solana, and actually Bingo's on there as well. So if you're a degen that likes to gamble or take your chances on some flipping the coins with your tokens, feel free to have fun with that. It's like coinflip.guanocoin.com.
How's that going? Since it was.
Yeah, so it's been, we kind of just announced it on the Twitter, I think, that we put on. And there's been a little bit of, people playing. I think we need to kind of get the word out a little bit more. We've been kind of just slow rolling it. I think they've been working on some fixes and things like that they some of the error messages and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we can certainly do more, I think, to promote that within the community and whatnot. We'll maybe try and get some more done on that end. And then so they on the coin flip, they have it set up where it's a 1% fee that Dragon Dave has been talking about a lot too. Is we'll make maybe making a DAO or just having a fund for the ambassadors or for folks to use in the community on different events or things like that. So another reason to kind of help promote it is we could use those fees to let the ambassadors do more things. So other than that, just working on the back end for the most part, and lots of partner calls and discussions for not only the rewards program partners that are already in there, but upcoming ones and new ones, and always looking to add more. So that's my week in review. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day. First of all, by the way, it's always been so interesting to me that people in the US call it soccer instead of football. It's just, I mean, we call it football, but we spell it just like it sounds, which is extremely weird too. But yeah, it's always been very interesting to me. But okay, moving on.
I'm sure you got a lot of words that we don't understand too, Paula.
100%, and I can write a list for you. But that's the beauty of languages, and we tend to use like a lot of words in English and adapt it to Spanish, which is absurd in my opinion. We can't lose our language. But yeah, okay, um so for today, for additional updates in LATAM and just in general, we keep reviewing some event proposals for two upcoming events. Crypto Latin Fest, which is in Colombia, and ETH Cinco de Mayo in Mexico. Thanks to Wilfredo and the Bad Mexico team, Donatello, Eric, and Cariño. And okay, we're still working on the video for self-custody rewards. So that'll be like a explanatory short video, so users can learn how it works and how to set it up. So we'll keep you posted. And also, the back community call summaries, number 44 and 45, have been published in our Notion. We'll make a post probably tomorrow about those. 44 is also available in Spanish, and I'm working on the translation for number 45. So that'll be ready soon. And also, we might have someone from the Japan community assisting with the Japanese translation soon. So she would help Natch with that once they let us know. But we hope we can get her to help us with this. Next slide, please. Thank you. And for the highlights of the week, I wanted to give a special shout out to Pirate Nation, Grooms, and Ironclad Dev for shilling brave on X and getting so much engagement on these posts. That's amazing and love to see it. And that's all from us today. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was like a good, lively updates, and really cool to see all the effort. I mean, the Echo magazine's awesome. It's kind of love how everybody in the community, kind of the talented folks, bring it together for that, and the artwork's just great. It's really, really neat to see. And it's one of those things where, like, when I remember when Guillermo was like first pitching it, the idea, it was like, I was like, cool. Like, I couldn't kind of see what he was seeing, but like watching it kind of come out and evolve, it's really awesome. It's awesome to see and different people in the community coming together on that one. And then also to the program stuff we're doing is pretty interesting. But we have a few things going on too this week. I think the Zcash, the shielded stuff will start landing too. So we'll have some private payments channels then released to talk about, which is pretty rad. And there's a lot of effort going into the next tranche of rewards partners that is pretty exciting. I think the caliber of partners that we're getting in this is just really cool, and we're seeing a lot of like really good feedback around the program, and the first announcement got a lot of attention and helped to bring in some pretty awesome interest from partners that want to join. And a lot of times too, like, we're having these discussions, and since we're doing the rounds, like every month we're doing a new announcement around the partners, we're basically like, some of these discussions involve like a lot of interest, but they're like, okay, we've got, you know, some really big stuff happening in May or in June. And so like some of these ones that we're pulling in might be landing in different months, but the caliber of some of these names is really, really awesome. And it's exciting. And, you know, I think that there's a real like interest in promoting apps and dApps and things that, you know, people can actually use and stuff, which is cool. There's kind of this undercurrent. I don't know. It's kind of like a silent, not a silent majority or type of thing, but it's neat. I think there's a lot of people in the space that are kind of burnt out on a lot of the, you know, just the status quo kind of, you know, hype driving and churning and burning and all that crap. So it's really cool. And I think that these things we're doing here help to augment stuff. Like people are going to be coming in more and more. And one of the things that's happening too behind the scenes is like, as we have new partners in the program with the ambassador side too, we're getting like some folks from these projects in, and then adding the ambassadors so that like people can talk about like different ways that the partners can collaborate amongst each other too, and ways that we could kind of like activate Bat Utility together and things like that too. So it's kind of planting the seeds for like some interesting conversation and interesting collaboration around the program. And so far so good. I think I don't know, Jenny, if did we get feedback from Chomp or somebody that the campaign stuff that they've been running was going pretty well?
Yes, we did get some numbers from them. I was actually looking as you were talking. I'm still trying to pull them up, but when I will share them.
Yeah, so it's one of those things.
I know Pudgy Pop gave some numbers too that they were pretty impressed with as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we can formalize it too, like in some of the announcements and stuff. But
yeah, I think sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go.
Yeah, I think like every month when we do the blog where we announce the new partners, we can also include like a shorter section just to follow up on some key updates from the existing partners in the program, or if that makes the blog too long, we can always like add that to the tweet thread. But on that note, Chomp said that they are at almost 10K users this month, which is shaping up to be their biggest month yet, thanks to the BAT team's help, because they're a pretty small and pretty new project. So yeah, that's awesome coming from them. And then it, like Drew said, it sounds like Pudgy Pop gave us some numbers too. So I'm gonna see if I can find those. But I mean, I think that's great. That's awesome.
Fantastic. I mean, like I even remember from the last Pudgy Pop, that first campaign we ran with them, like I remember getting a message from Sherelle or somebody that, you know, they had hit several thousand signups like by the time I had gotten it at like 8 or 9 a.m. And I think that's one of the cool things here about this is like, whether it's a big established partner and we're like incrementally helping them grow more and things like that, or it's just the newer projects that we're finding out from other people that we're working with, or they have something really novel they're trying. Those newer projects, like we can really unlock a lot of like growth for them early, which is pretty cool. And I think, you know, it's part of the kind of the thrust of the program is that like, look, we can feature partners in all the different areas in Brave to get as much exposure as possible, and doing it kind of a mixed way. But the reward user, it's really awesome because like this user base is like super highly retained. I think they're the highest retaining user base in among the Brave users, you know, because they're there every month basically. But you know, and it depends upon region, but it's kind of a best of both worlds thing, because if you're a new app or an existing one that's trying to kind of get a better fit, you don't do that unless you have like you have a lot of headroom on getting exposure and a lot of users, and then trying different things out, like what's going to appeal for, you know, what incentives work, what messaging works, all that kind of stuff. And the early feedback we're getting is great, but I'm really interested to see too over time, like how some of these other seeds plant out, because like, for example, like one of the things that when we were talking to the partners that I tried to kind of strike up an example, a recent one of where I think we could emulate something. And I don't know if you all remember the Solana mobile phone that came out, but you know, they released it. It was out for about 9 months. They kind of marketed it as like, okay, it's a Solana phone and you've got like the Solana mobile app store and stuff like that. But like, you know, about 9 months in, I think like Tolly or somebody had tweeted out like, look, like we still got a bunch of units we need to sell these out before we do the next run or next version or whatever. And all of a sudden you saw that community kind of come together and load up like airdrops and different things for the phone holders. And there's something about that where like that I'd love to emulate with this program, where we've got DApps. A lot of them have their own tokens. Like with the Solana example, people would buy a phone for like whatever, $900, but then end up getting in some cases like, you know, $3 to $4 grand in like, you know, airdrops from it. It's one of the cool things though, and maybe not at that scale, but like in another way where we've got DApps in this program, those that have their own tokens and ways that we can combine, you know, earning BAT and with other fungible value and really kind of turn it into like, hey, look, like not only am I earning from browsing like with Brave and BAT, but also just like being in rewards, like there's all these other opportunities. I'm actually able to like add a lot of additional value from just, you know, being in the ecosystem, like participating with, you know, with the DApps and helping to kind of grow and bring more real use cases to crypto and into the space. Because it's one of those things where like, you know, it's not going to go from like the current scale to the next billion. It's about how you get the next 10 million people using it. And, you know, we've got a good use case with like earning from being in the ecosystem and browsing, et cetera. But like, you know, there's a lot of other cases out there that, you know, you can just earn from doing things you're already kind of doing. So I'm excited to see how this grows. But so far, just want to give you all an update. Like the feedback's been really good. We've got some early results that have been coming in that are awesome. And we're going to be adding on some pretty awesome partners. And another thing too, we're kind of looking at for the May announcement is like, you know, looking at some different like creators that are doing some pretty interesting things with Web3 and crypto, and kind of highlighting them a bit too in this upcoming announcement. I won't give too much away, but the folks we've met on that front have been really interesting too, and it's cool to see like they don't get a lot of attention, but they're actually doing stuff that I think people can use as an example for how to go about other similar use cases that might not necessarily be creator related, but could be like, you know, business related or useful in other ways that people have mindsets that are kind of like dated on. So anyways, it's just exciting stuff. I know we've got like 3 minutes left, so I'll open it up for questions. If folks have questions to kind of wrap it up for the call this week. So I'll leave the floor open. Or you can just sit here in silence. I can torture you with silence unless you guys have something interesting you want to talk about. Or if folks have like partners they want to see involved too, let us know, because we're talking with a lot of folks now, but always value input from people.
I know we only have 2 minutes left, but I see that Lukash from Ambassadors is here. And I know he mentioned on the Monday call that he might want to come up and chat and say a few things. Not to single you out, Lukash, but if we don't have any questions.
Yeah, no, let's laugh out loud for real, Lukash. What's up, man? The mic is out.
Oh, the mic is out today. Okay, that's all right.
No worries. Maybe next time. All good. Yeah.
We look forward to that.
Cool. Anybody have any question? Well, damn, was Guillermo still here? Yeah, man, dude. Awesome work on Echo, man. Like, better, and you were saying something.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you could help out with the Bat Turkey thing today, if you get a chance.
Yes. I need to. Yeah, we can do that. I'll ping you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
What do you need? Can I help?
Yeah, I'll hit you up on the side.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like logistical stuff, like little details. But yeah, I don't know if we want to talk about that. Like, what did let's fill folks in. We got a minute left. Like Pattern, what our friends in Turkey, they put something together, right? That was
like they built like a website because Discord went down in Turkey, got banned. So he built a site to help everyone in Turkey, and he just wanted some help getting that promoted and making sure that everyone who did the Turkish version of the thing of the Brave Rewards got put through.
Yeah, what?
So it's like it's like a Bat and Brave discussion and like a discussion forum and like help center, but it's all in Turkish.
Yeah, because we mostly do because Discord's banned over there, so he made that for us.
I love it. Yeah, it's a cool site. And yeah, we should start thinking about too, like on the BAT site, putting a community section where we can kind of highlight some stuff that folks are putting together like that, because I think it's pretty neat. I know it's a little bit of maintenance or whatever, but
yeah, it's worth doing.
Yeah, no, I think, first of all, I think it's awesome what Yavasu put together with his friends over in Turkey for us. I think that's amazing. And it would be a great thing to be able to highlight stuff like that, community-made resources that are localized through the BAT site. We can have a community portal there. We've been wanting to do this for years. And I think now that we have like a foot in with the, just the copy update on the site homepage, we're going to start slow and steady with like the easy updates. But I think as soon as we can secure a few more team resources, like I would love to add a like sort of a community portal to the site.
So even just a tab where we can like put stuff and ways to get involved in and things like that. Like even if it's more like a jump off point, right, where we can kind of like have links to those resources and stuff, and talk about what they do, and things like that, like would be super useful, I think. And we can slot that in. That's awesome. Cool. Well, now we are overtime, so I will we'll hit up on the BAT Turkey stuff on the side. And yeah, thank you all for joining this week. We'll be back 1 week from today, same BAT time, same BAT channel. Till then, have a great week and see you all online. Take care, everybody.
See everyone.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
I like
Bye.
taco.
There we go.
Get your
Hey,
echo.
baby.